We got some Stellar and XRP news for you to take you home on this Friday. The weekend starts now, everyone.
I'm feeling faded and X-rated, so let's get to the news.
Give me 30 seconds and I'm going to blow your mind. All right, screw the heat map then. All right, so Jim Cramer was out there ripping specifically on XRP, Dogecoin, and Solana, saying all of them are cons. We get Cramer is very negative. But think about this, right? He's on CNBC right now. Let's get this story. SBF's Alameda Research secretly financed this crypto news website. You guys familiar with The Block? Yeah, we use The Block all the time. Well, guess what? SBF gave $43 million to the CEO. Here's the worst part. You know how much they gave him to buy real estate? Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't hear that correctly? Yep, that's right. They gave them money for real estate. $16 million for real estate in the Bahamas. $15 million was to fund day-to-day expenses, but he got $16 million. Now the Block CEO did resign and said, hey, none of this had any effect on how we covered our news stories or what stories we ran. Let me ask you, everyone, if a company out there gave you $16 million to buy a home and there was a story about that company and, you could have rubbed their face in the mud or you could have just passed. Oh, we had too much work. Pass. What would you do? Just remember, he bought you $16 million in real estate in the Bahamas. Yeah, so SBF, right? So the ties, right? The web, the dirty web of SBF, we've seen now has covered The Block. And you guys know The Block. We've used them before. No big deal. I may have said this in the earlier segment. Either way, I want you to now think about the Cramer stuff. Who's the money that's influencing Cramer to be so negative on crypto? Now, we've seen right through the power of blockchain and all that, and through the power of them going through bankruptcy, exposing all the numbers, that you could see that, yes, media outlets have been bought. And don't give me this crap that they're sitting there and they're not biased. No, you get a lot of money from someone. Are you stupid? You going to cut off the hand that feeds you? Come on. Especially in this right now where everything is going down. People are going to decline money. Come on. So now, who are the big players that are financing Cramer to have his narrative? It appears to me that all mass media out there is paid off by someone who profits from that angle. Isn't that kind of crazy, everyone? Twitter even just recently announced that, yeah, there were, I don't know, what do you call them, blackouts, right? Where they would kind of, shadow ban or whatever it is, certain people, yeah, make them pretty much ghosts on there. Oh, and it was all political leaning. Very interesting. Again, mass media is bought out. So be very careful out there of what you watch because they have people that are investing and putting money in their pockets. All right, let's get to that stellar news. And honestly, it's been very quiet on the business development announcement side. And in terms of ledger performance, it's pretty easy to see. We had a huge peak here in October, and we have retracted a little bit. November looked very much like September there. Interesting to look at here is the payments versus trades, all right? Now, the green bars in here are trades, all right? Blue represents payments. Payments are juicy. I love payments. Payments are juicy. That's like Visa. All right, I like that. That's like Visa. That's how I think of it, okay? It doesn't matter if it's pennies, few dollars, or a few thousand. It's like Visa. Transactions of all shapes and sizes. So when we're looking at this, I want to see this blue bar stay higher and higher. And it is. It honestly is. Trades, you're seeing them go down a little bit. So we had a fury of action here in October, November. And as you can see, it's definitely calmed down right here. I would expect volatility to increase around December 13th and 14th as we have several big events that are going to be happening on those dates. I will have a video of what that means at the end of this one. But you could see in terms of operation distribution, you could look at the colors, see what they are. Managed sell offer leading the action here, obviously. A bunch of cool little metrics here regarding Stellar. This transaction success rate. What I like to see here is you want to see the failed transactions go down and down and down. They still take usage. They still take energy. They still take function, right? So if you could take down the amount of failed transactions through creating processes which are like ironclad, right, where you can't deviate and maybe make a mistake on that or fix some of the systemic issues, that would allow a lot more throughput of good transactions, which would then take down the processed operation time. Jesus, I cannot talk today. And I don't have a sponsor, so I don't have to worry about any of that conflict of interest crap. The problem is the more we see this, the more money is influencing media at all levels. Now with the whole bankruptcy of FTX, it exposes how wide this web was. $16 million for real estate in the Bahamas. Just let that sink into your head. Whether you're riding on the train, right, driving in the car, got a little podcast action going on where you're just listening to me in the background, it's cool. But think of those concepts, everyone. So think of the Jim Cramers, think of the sponsors that are out there. Just imagine, if you would, right? T-Mobile sponsoring CNBC Squawk Box, right? Let's just say T-Mobile just puts a bunch of money. We're going hypothetical, right? It's Friday, faded and X-rated. So here's the deal. T-Mobile, put some money into them. And let's say a story comes out where something bad happens with T-Mobile. And by the way, I am a T-Mobile user. I love T-Mobile, big fan. T-Mobile could sponsor me. That'd be kind of cool. But let's say T-Mobile, if they have a bad story coming out, you think Cramer is going to run it on them? No, they're going to pass on it. They're not going to want to piss off a main sponsor. That's what's happening here. As more news breaks, I'll be sure to share it with you, but holy crap, this web and world that we live in is pretty messed up. But at least we're getting exposed to how messed up it really is. Have a safe drive on your way home, ladies and gents. And if your weekend is just starting now, I got a head start on you. And for those that are going to be working this weekend, hey, my bad, but hopefully this video gets you started on your start to work. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Catch you cool cats later.